Hi there, boys and girls. Today, our goal is going to be to name and describe important places in your neighborhood. And I have a book about neighborhoods that I'm going to read to you today. When we're done, I want you to make a list of all of the places that you visit in your neighborhood. And then I want you to tell us why they're important to the Randolph community. So here we go. My book is called This Is My Neighborhood by Lisa Bullard. A neighbor needs help. Malik called my new neighbor. Buddy's run away. I'm so worried. Can you help me find him? Sure, Mrs. Z. Do I look that old? No. I know this neighborhood better than anyone. Then I'll tell Dad where I'm going. Then I'll meet you out front. Dad and I met Mrs. Z on the sidewalk. Why do you think Buddy ran? I asked. We used to live on a farm in the country, she said. There was a lot of open space to run. Buddy forgets that he lives in a neighborhood now. The park has lots of open space, I said. Let's start there. Dad said he could help. We hurried in that direction, calling Buddy's name. Right over here, we're going to look. It says neighborhoods in cities have buildings and houses. Rural neighborhoods in the country have fewer buildings and people. Searching the neighborhood. My best friend lives in an apartment by the park. I ran up the steps and rang the buzzer. Elena, can you help us find Buddy? Oh, sorry, guys. All right. Mrs. Roberts was sitting waiting at the bus stop. Mr. Roberts was waiting at the bus stop and heard us calling Buddy. A dog was barking over there. He pointed up the hill at the school. I'll help you search. My shopping can wait. Apartments have different homes and families under one roof. Some city neighborhoods have many apartment buildings. So I want you to think of maybe in our community in Randolph, we've seen apartments before. Maybe you live in one. We'll cover more ground if we split up, Mr. Roberts said. He and Mrs. Z headed uphill. The rest of us kept going forward toward the park. We passed the lemonade stand. The kids there hadn't seen Buddy. My babysitter, Olivia, was at the park playing basketball. We asked if she'd seen a black and white dog running loose. I haven't, she said, but why don't you climb to the top of the slide? You'll be able to see farther. We didn't see, did I skip? Okay. We didn't see Buddy, but we did see a worker up high in a bucket truck. She shook her head at our question. Sorry, kids, I haven't seen him. And when I'm up here, I can see all the way from Johnson Street to Park Street. Now let's look. We have a pizza place. We have houses and buildings. Does this look at all like your neighborhood and community? New idea. Maybe we should hang a lost dog sign somewhere. Good idea, Dad answered. We can walk over to the coffee shop and leave one there. So here we go. We have a public library. We have a dentist's office. Is this looking like your neighborhood and community? We better go home. Oops. You better go home and get paper and markers to make a sign, I said. We headed down a different block, still calling for Buddy. We met Mrs. Z and Mr. Roberts. I told them our idea about for a sign. I've got the perfect photo of Buddy we can add, said Mrs. Z. Elena and I hurried around the corner onto our street, and there was Buddy, sound asleep on Mrs. Z's front steps. Buddy's here. I called the others. He's safe. Mrs. Z told David we deserve it. Mrs. Z, I can't read today. Mrs. Z told David we deserve a reward for helping, even though Buddy really found himself. We walked to the coffee shop with Buddy on his leash. Thanks, Mrs. Z, I said, and took a big bite of my treat. I didn't really need a reward. Dad says helping is the neighborly thing to do. But this cupcake tastes pretty neighborly too. All right, and here we have a neighborhood map. Awesome, and you can see there's a key here to show you what the different things in the map are. And they labeled this so nicely: an apartment, coffee shop, school, pond, park, Mrs. Z's house, Malik's house. Okay, boys and girls. So what we're going to be doing today is, like I said, making a list, thinking about your neighborhood and making a list, and you can even share what your favorite place in your neighborhood is. We can't wait to see what you come up with. Have a great day.